I don't know, maybe it'll let me go live, maybe it won't. It was April the 8th. Okay, anywho. Hello, YouTube friends and family. Hello, Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Wednesday morning. It is April the 8th, 2026, and it is currently 11:32 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I just got my Lyft day started. I've only taken 2 people to 2 destinations. I ain't gots to be my wig on today, so you can kind of see it a little bit. I ain't do it yesterday either, but I just been chilling, so it's cool. Or whatever. Anywho, I just picked up this lady, and she's a very beautiful old lady or whatever, but she kind of gave me something that I wanted to talk about. And it's because I just did a video earlier. My children had ended up coming downstairs and getting in the car this morning before I started my Lyft. And I ended up picking up this lady, and her name is Beverly. And I pick up Miss Beverly, and she starts talking, and she's like, these kids these days, they just think they smart, don't even go to school, blase split. And y'all know my kids don't go to school this year. They hadn't went to school, but they went to school last year. They went to school all their fucking life, unless it was an issue, which is why they don't go to school right now. But anyway, she like, these kids think they so smart, they don't even know basic black history. They don't know who Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and stuff is. And she like, Martin Luther King was born such and such, such and such in Tennessee, blase splee, and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, she was going on about that or whatnot. And I was like, yeah, just listening and things like that. And she was like, these kids, they know all about music and rap, and they think they smart. They don't know nothing. Basically saying they dumb. And I just felt like she was maybe trying to throw a shot at me because everybody knows that I love music. And people just assume that I think that I'm so smart. No, you think that I'm smart. Because I don't go around walking around like, oh, I am so fucking smart. I'm 10 times smarter than you. Actually, that's what everybody does to me. Because they be like, oh, she said she ain't go to college at all. She said she didn't get a diploma. She's an idiot. And I just happen to be smart as fuck. And that bothers people. So they be wanting to talk about it. But you think I'm smart. And you be trying to prove that you're smarter than me. I don't be giving a fuck. I know what I know, and that's just all I know. By the way, that's a rap song. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Rocco, if you want some rap education. But anywho, I say that to say, she was like, they don't know about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and that's, I know when he was born, when he died, and what state. That's old ass black history. She was like, these kids think about rapping. And I remember my son, Mari, when he was going to school, his teacher assigned him Dr. Dre as somebody to write about. And I was like, well, you know, actually my kids, they had to do the wax museums and stuff. My kids went to school in Southfield and stuff too. So like Lex and Mir, they had to do wax museums and stuff where they had to be Martin Luther King and some of the presidents and stuff like that, and do a whole trifold board book report, paper, biography, or, you know, all that type of stuff on people, or autobiography, whichever one is which. And, you know, they had to do all that stuff going to school. And I was like, so I remember that. And, you know, of course, we were taught about people like Malcolm X and Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, but time is changing. And I was like, ma'am, Obama is considered to be black history now. And she was like, really? I'm like, yes, because he was one of the quote unquote first black presidents. He's considered to be black history to my generation as well as our children and everything, because prior to him we never had a president of some sort of color. So you still talk about Martin Luther King. Obama done been president now. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are very important when it comes to black history. But times are changing. Some of these rappers are going to go down in history. And not even trying to be funny, but I'm going to use somebody like Skilla Baby, who bought a whole block in Detroit. He got a whole block. He could put houses on it, businesses on it, mix it up. He could do a non-profit organization. He could make it full of a whole park so kids can play on the whole fucking block. He can make a mini Belle Isle. But he was one of the rappers in Detroit to buy a block while everybody else was trying to shit on everybody. That's Black history. So whether you're a rapper or whatnot, if you're changing history and you're black, you're considered Black history. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, they paved the way for people like us. And you know how they paved the way? Because they were known to stand up for people like us. But now we're doing it. We are considered the people of Black history. You know why? Because we're standing up for our people. We're standing up for our race. And instead of y'all considering us going down in history and being noble Black people, y'all considering us to be rebels instead. Old people can be stuck in their ways. Like, she wanted to call me dumb so bad. I just looked at her. I just turned around and looked at her. I'm like, I gave her a compliment like, you are beautiful. Because she was like, that's not a compliment when people be saying you beautiful and you look like a kid. Yes, it is a compliment. That's why they say black don't crack. And if you're very youthful, that you can still be considered to be a young adolescent or a teenager or somebody in your 20s and you 40, that is a compliment. Because who the fuck want to be 20 looking 40? But I'm just saying, like, it's like she wanted to get under my skin or something, but you're not getting under my skin. You just making me want to school you like you calling yourself schooling me. Black history is going to change. Madam C.J. Walker and stuff invented pressing combs and stuff for us to straighten our hair. Guess what? Now we can get on TikTok and a bitch can show us how to flat iron it, press it out, curl it, braid it, do a whole tutorial. She can go down in Black history too. Old people be stuck in their ways, and that's why they don't like the fact that the world is changing. The world is changing, guys. It's all type of technology and all type of stuff out here. You damn near ain't gotta learn how to read. And I ain't saying that you don't. You was just, if you watch my video earlier, you heard me say that I want my son to learn how to read fluently. But you damn near ain't gotta learn how to read. You can ask Google, and like I said, Chat GPT or whatever the fuck these kids be on nowadays, to break anything down for you. And all of my kids know how to read, except my first grader. And he knows sight words and stuff like that. I said I want him to be able to read fluently. And he haven't went to school all year. He barely was able to go to kindergarten. And he didn't go to preschool. So for him not to go to school at all and barely have any education, he's smart as fuck. As fuck. So it's just the way sometimes old people be stuck in their ways, and they don't like to give young people credit when it's due, and they mad that they weren't the ones to break the generational curses because they was too busy being a follower and a pussy, which is why our people was in slavery for so long any fucking way. So I just wanted to take the time to go on a quick break and talk about that. It's like, because don't call me dumb because you don't know what I know, because you still want to repeat history from the 40s. It's 2026. It's about to be 2030, and you don't want people to get past Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Martin Luther King had a dream that one day we'll be able to speak about shit like this, and you still want people to be in a fucking dream. Bitch, the dream is reality now. We speaking the fuck up. We doing what we want to do. Whether it's rapping, content, or anything, we're not slaves like our ancestors were. And that's what old people can't stand. A person like me. And I'm only 35. I'm about to be 36. July the 9th. So I'm in between young, old, middle age, whatever you want to call it. I understand a lot of shit that teenagers go through. I understand a lot of shit that adults go through. And I worked with elders. I understand elders a lot. So people, like the nerve and audacity for you to call somebody dumb because you stuck in your ways. Hey, Chris. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. But because you stuck in your ways, you want to call somebody else dumb. Because you still thinking Black history is about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. When the whole time he had a dream that one day we'll be able to be free. And really live out this freedom of speech shit that they claim we get in the United States of America. My iPhone overheated because I got it sitting up here in the sun. But yeah, that really kills me. To say these kids don't know how to do nothing but listen to music and use the phone. And y'all old people don't know how to do nothing but bitch and talk about what y'all went through back in the day. But we the ones that's changing it. Y'all was supposed to pave the way for us. Y'all was too fucking scary. So y'all left it up to us to do. And now you still got a problem. How about you sit your old ass back, shut up, and let us help you? That's why I said I had to, sometimes you got to let a YN teach you something. A younger person than you. That's why I'm going to continue to be blessed, because I allow people to teach me stuff, whether you're young or old. Old people who stuck in their ways, they're not going to be able to survive in New World Order, because they're going to be too busy having a dream. When Martin Luther King's purpose of having a dream was so that it could come to reality. But y'all have a good day. I love y'all. I wish y'all nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. And y'all be safe in these Detroit streets. I'm about to run into the store and grab me some hot Cheetos and turn my lift back on so I can send my kids some food and go on about my day. I love y'all. See y'all later. And people shouldn't be worried about if my kids are going to school or not. Actually, I'm sitting right across the street from an abandoned school on Finkel and Myers. First of all, open these motherfuckers back up before y'all start worried about who kids is going to school or not. But guess why we ain't got no schools? Because our elders were stealing. That's why. But they want to talk about some fucking education. Anywho, I love y'all.